The purpose of this video is to provide an overview of the relationship between the classroom teacher and the Experience Corps tutor. The relationship between the teacher and tutor needs to be one of cooperation, respect, and support. Having open lines of communication is essential to the success of this relationship. The training objectives for this video are: provide an essential understanding of the teacher-volunteer relationship in the Experience Corps program. Explore effective strategies for establishing regular communication with the classroom teacher. Identify alternative methods of communication with the classroom teacher to ensure student success. Section 1. The importance of building a rapport with the classroom teacher.
The teacher-volunteer relationship is built upon mutual respect. In an ideal relationship, the teacher recognizes the wisdom that an Experience Corps member brings to that classroom. And in an ideal relationship, they will make time to talk. They will take time to share their observations about a child, their difficulties, their struggles, their good points, their good days, their behavior. They will share that.
I would describe the perfect teacher-volunteer relationship as being very professional. There are very clearly defined boundaries within the classroom because it's a privilege for us to be in the schools and in particular in the classroom.
I think it's very important that early on you establish how you and that teacher are going to communicate, because you want to ensure that you're supporting what that teacher is doing, as well as you want to get feedback from that teacher as to what you're doing, what kind of impact that's having. You need to have a dialogue or conversation with the teacher to kind of understand what their expectations are. Even if we have different styles, it's good to know what is the teacher looking for. But I am in no way recommending that we try to replicate what the teacher is doing if that's not our approach or our style.
Section 2. Establishing communication with the classroom teacher.
As far as building relationships with the teachers, it's really important that the teacher and the tutor have an opportunity to talk prior to the session starting. The teacher probably will not have a lot of time during a normal school day, so getting some of that information up front is critical to things moving smoothly. There needs to be a common understanding prior to starting the sessions of where the tutor is going to be working, whether it's a pull-out space in the classroom, just at the side of the room, or if they're actually moving students to another area, how they are getting their students, if they're coming from the particular classroom or various classrooms or from lunch or recess. And some of the things that they might want to be thinking about are what types of activities the tutor's going to be doing, who's going to be responsible for preparing the materials for those activities.
I think what's probably the most important thing is that you all have a mutual agreement as to how this communication is going to take place. So it may very well be that you all have agreed that during a lunch period or before or after school, when your schedules will actually coincide, then you take advantage of that.
Every Thursday, we've established a quick 2-minute, 5-minute review on the week. At that point, my kids are able to read independently and we'll step to the side and we'll talk about how things went, if she had any behavior issues, and how we can change that for the next week, how we can modify stuff. I believe the best way a tutor could benefit the kids more is communicating with the teacher a lot, as much as you can. And a quick 5-minute at the end of the week catch-up type thing and letting the teacher know communication would be key.
Section 3, Alternate Methods of Communication.
Another concern that a lot of our Experience Corps volunteers have is that they don't want to interrupt the teaching that's going on in the classroom during the day. But they're only here for a certain amount of time during that day. And so they have questions for the teacher, but they don't know how to ask that teacher without interrupting.
The volunteer could come, introduce herself, of course, to me and the student, and then email would probably be the best way to communicate with me in the beginning.
The volunteer will get that teacher's email and write them an email about what's going on, or the volunteer will come to myself or the language arts coach and voice their opinion or their concern or what's going on here, and we'll go back to the classroom teacher when the classroom teacher's free. And then we're kind of the intermediary between the volunteer and the classroom teacher so that they can build a relationship. They have the same kids. The teacher sees them 6 hours a day. The volunteer sees them an hour a week so that they can work together to help that child grow to the best of their ability.
For those volunteers who find themselves in a position where they are not communicating with the teacher, I would say take advantage of your school's liaison or Experience Corps representative and try to ensure that you all are communicating that you want to have a better relationship with the teacher, but due to the circumstances, you feel that it's not at the level it could be. Utilize that liaison and/or Experience Corps representative in the school to help bridge that gap.
For volunteers who are not in a situation where they actually have contact with the teacher, that they rely upon their group leader, they rely upon Experience Corps members, and don't forget that not only your group leader, but you have experienced members working side by side. They are a valuable resource for you. Don't forget to use them.
Our goal is to ensure that the teacher feels comfortable that we are there to support what they are attempting to do. And I think that if we are able to early on establish that relationship, it is quite possible to be very effective, because our role is to be supportive and to help these children, but at the same time we'll be helping that teacher, because they are the ones who have identified the children that have the needs or could utilize the support that we are able to provide for them.